That was crazy, dude.
What a day. That was amazing.
What a day.
Dude, oh my gosh, what is that? Oh no, I'm actually dead serious. Look at that.
These backpackers thought it would be a peaceful trip, but something was watching them. What they captured will haunt you. This is the 6 most disturbing backpacking encounters caught while camping. On February 4th, 2024, near the Mexican border in Arizona, it was a night of fear for them. The night was cold, and the fire was dying down. He and his friends had spent the day hunting, but now, all they wanted was rest. Out of nowhere, something shot across the sky. It moved fast, cutting through the darkness in a way that no plane or drone could.
Tell me what just happened.
We just saw the craziest unidentified flying object. Because it just literally flew from right there all the way across there in about 30 seconds.
Okay, I've never believed in aliens, but dude, that makes me...
The object traveled from one side of the sky to the other in just 30 seconds. It left behind a strange atmosphere, something heavy and unnatural. He had never believed in aliens, but this sight made him question everything.
That was crazy, dude.
What a day. That was amazing.
What a day.
Dude, oh my gosh, what is that? Oh no, I'm actually dead serious. Look at that. What is that?
Dude.
What in the world?
What is that?
UFO.
Wait, should I get the... Can you see it on the light?
How do I video
Wait,
that?
what the heck?
They're dropping chemtrails.
Dude, you could see it. You could see on the camera.
Are you filming?
What is that?
Then he spotted it again. It wasn't just a light. It had shape, movement, and purpose. That wasn't all because something even stranger happened. Small objects seemed to be dropping from it. The camera caught everything, but watching it through the screen didn't make it any less terrifying.
Guys, come look at this. What in the world? Look at it. It shows super well.
Keep going,
What is that?
dude.
What is that?
No. You see that?
Is it coming towards us? That's creepy. We're here on the Mexican border, hunting deer, and we have spotted a UFO in live action.
Guys, I'm gonna scare you.
Dude, look at
This is
that.
kinda
What
crazy.
the?
Scared.
Oh my goodness.
Guys, that's like an oval.
Dude, well, no, it's some
That's
kind
crazy.
Of like, craziest
UFO
flyby ever.
Yeah, what is that, do you think? Is it just a spaceship? Like,
Who knows, man?
oh my goodness, that's so crazy. It literally started way over there, and now it's traveled all the way over here.
Look at that. Dude.
It's crashing.
And look, it just disappeared.
Oh!
No way!
Shivers went down their spine. The object wasn't just passing by. It seemed to be getting closer. The cold air suddenly felt heavier. Deep in the Arizona wilderness, miles from help, they realized they were not alone. After the object started falling, it looked as if it was crashing, but just before it could hit the ground, it vanished.
Literally disappeared!
Dude.
What? Dude, I'm
That's crazy.
freaking out.
That's crazy.
I'm freaking out,
Dude, that's
dude.
crazy.
Dude, I'm
That's
freaking
crazy.
out.
Oh my gosh, it just
Guys, I think I
Dude.
can still...
Tell me what just happened.
We just saw the craziest unidentified flying object ever here on the Mexican border in Arizona. There is some crazy military testing here or something, because it just literally flew from right there all the way across there in about 30 seconds. But there was a huge like atmosphere behind it. It was just crazy. And then once it got to the
Wild.
horizon, it just disappeared.
That
Out
was
of
that.
thin
No,
air.
Wild.
it
Just
literally
it just went like that.
disappeared. That
That's
was
insane.
okay. I've never believed in aliens, but dude, that makes me suspect.
That was crazy, dude.
That
That
is-
makes me.
That's sus.
That's wild.
That was crazy. And the crazy thing was,
Is we were just
It was completely gone. They sat in silence, watching the footage over and over. There was no explanation. That night, something unearthly moved through the sky. Whether it was a secret military test or something else, they would never know. But one thing was certain: somewhere in the darkness, something was watching them.
we
filming
were
a
just
casual
filming
video.
a little fun video of the stars in the background, and sure enough, I'm like, wait, look at
What
that.
is
I'm like, what? I need to get the camera.
And you're like, I'm not kidding, and we all look.
yeah, that was crazy. What
I
in
thought
the
you were
world?
joking.
With that being said, let's move on to our next footage for the most disturbing backpacking encounters. In the quiet woods of Harwood Forest, Northumberland, strange things began to happen. Damien, known for his wild camping and bushcraft adventures, had visited this forest many times before. But something changed in 2014. The peaceful woods no longer felt safe. On December 1st, 2014, during one of his usual visits, Damien captured something chilling. The forest, once a place of calm, now seemed to hum with mystery. Strange sounds echoed through the trees, unlike anything he had heard before. The first eerie sound came, a haunting, melodic singing that seemed to come from deep within the trees. It was beautiful, yet disturbing, and the source was impossible to locate. As the night went on, things got worse. Damien heard the sharp crack of branches breaking. Something was moving through the forest, but he couldn't see it. The cracks of broken trees grew louder, and Damien's sense of unease grew stronger. He wasn't alone. But the sounds weren't the only strange things he found. He discovered enormous footprints, far too large to belong to any normal animal. The prints were fresh, like they had been made just before his arrival, and they left behind an eerie feeling of being washed. These weren't the only strange discoveries. Damien also found animal remains, but not just any remains. These were sheep, their bodies placed in bizarre ways, hanging in trees. The remains were twisted. Also, he showed a photo of a sheep's body, dragged and left hanging, almost as if something larger had done it. He shared these findings with his viewers, but many dismissed the strange events as coincidences. However, together, the haunting sounds, the strange prints, and the disturbing animal remains told a different story. Something, or someone, was lurking in the woods. Could it be a creature hidden from the world? Something like the wildmen or woodwoes, living unnoticed in the forests of Northumberland. No one could say for sure, but Damien knew this was no ordinary forest. And after what he saw, he wasn't sure if he would ever return to Harwood Forest again. The mystery remained unsolved, but the fear it left behind was all too real. Moving on to our third footage. On September 10th, 2017, Highway 9, known for exploring eerie, remote places, decided to venture into a dark cave with his dog. What he found inside would change his views on these kinds of adventures forever. At first, the cave seemed normal. It was dark, damp, and filled with floating dust. As they walked deeper, their footsteps echoed loudly, reminding them how alone they were. The silence was heavy. They carefully avoided large holes in the ground, making sure not to fall. Eventually, they reached a dead end and noticed a family of bats clinging to the walls. While the bats weren't dangerous, being surrounded by them in total darkness was unsettling.
Out. Come here. Come on. Come on. Go.
But that was just the beginning. They noticed something strange. He saw a dark figure in the distance, blending into the dim cave shadows. His dog, normally confident, stayed close behind him. Acting strange, they became uneasy. The figure was hard to see at first, but there was no mistaking it. Something was definitely there.
Misty.
Curious and scared at the same time, he decided to go closer. He stepped carefully over jagged rocks, heart pounding, and then he saw it. Standing motionless in the darkness was a figure, pitch black, with a pale white face. It didn't move, didn't make a sound. It just stared at him.
this misty. Keep looking.
His fear surged, and without thinking, they turned and ran as fast as he could, shouting for his dog to follow. His breath was fast, and his footsteps echoed as he bolted through the cave, desperate to get out. Finally, when he stepped outside, gasping for air, he looked up at the night sky, shaken to his core. What had he seen? Was it a ghost? Or was there someone else in the cave with him, hiding in the dark? The video didn't answer the question, but the terror in his eyes told the story. Whatever it was, it had left him with an overwhelming feeling of fear and confusion. The cave, once just a place of curiosity, now seemed like a place to avoid. And Highway was never the same after that night. Let's move on to our next haunting, eerie backpacking encounter, which is going to leave you on your edge. That is going to make you believe that not the scariest thing is encountering a ghost. They went to explore a haunted forest, but what chased them that night was not a ghost. On March 25th, 2024, the Project Purgatory team uploaded a video that shocked their fans. That night, they visited the Cobb Estate in California. It's an abandoned forest in the hills of Altadena, known for ghost stories, dark rituals, and even alien sightings.
15 minutes away from the Cobb Estates. We're about to hike up this trail, find this mansion, see what we see up there. But we are venturing out into no man's land. Don't know if we got service out there. It's literally cut off from the city. We go straight into the mountains, into the forest, so hopefully we don't get lost, actually, most importantly.
We out here fact checking, so we finna see if it's true or false.
And I've been going here since like I was in high school. Sometimes I would even go by myself just to unwind, but like it's like there's literally no house in there.
It's
so
literally
if you guys were to go where the house was built, there's literally just a chimney.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and some stairs.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I don't know if you guys heard, but it's a homeless person that died there.
Locals call it the haunted forest, but some believe it hides something worse, rumors of a cult, or even KKK meetings deep in the woods. The Ku Klux Klan, KKK, is a white supremacist hate group founded in 1865. Known for violence and intimidation, especially against African Americans, Jews, and Catholics, the group has often used terrorism to push its extremist views. It has had several versions over time, all promoting racism and fear. The team thought it would just be another ghost hunt, but this time, the danger came from real people.
Let's get this thing done, man. I feel like a cop.
Y'all always keep your ears on the smooth. Oh man.
This is deja vu, bro. This exact moment is deja vu. That's so crazy.
We've been here
This is
before.
deja vu of a deja vu moment.
So you always knew you was gonna be a ghost hunter, huh?
You said that exact same thing. Crazy, bro. I might be a medium.
I'm gonna be over here. You see that shooting star?
Mm-hmm.
That shit looked hella close.
Yo, where you going, bro? We're not supposed to separate.
Hey, Kyrie, always trying to go see something.
This dude, bro. He always want to be bold and go off by himself. Till he gets snatched up. What are you doing? We're not supposed to separate, bro.
This says Rip Juice.
They arrived in the late afternoon. The hike was long. Steep hills, dry brush, and twisting paths. By the time they reached the top, the sun was already gone. No cell service, no other hikers, just trees, silence, and the feeling that something was watching them.
You need a big one, right?
This one's like perfect size because you guys can throw it a good distance. Just don't hit me.
So, trying to see if we hear any voices, as they said they heard.
They set up their equipment, hoping to record EVPs or ghost lights. Instead, they heard strange laughter nearby. Then bells. Then silence again. That's when they noticed them. Figures standing in the shadows.
Are there more than one spirit here with us? Spirit, please light up the box if you are in any relation to the Cobb family.
I'm making this feel like a scary movie right now. Just walking through the forest, all you hear is... Hey, why do I feel like we're being followed?
I know you heard that shit.
Yeah.
Sounds like a tambourine.
I know you hear him laughing.
Yeah.
You don't hear him laughing? Flip, you don't hear this nigga laughing?
He's in the bush right there.
Should we walk by him?
Are we going?
What the fuck? Should we go over there?
Yes.
At first, it was just one or two. Then more. No flashlights. No talking. Just people standing still in the dark and just watching. The team moved slowly downhill, but the figures followed. They kept hiding behind trees, showing up at odd angles, blocking narrow paths.
What the fuck? I definitely heard that shit.
No, it's like over there somewhere.
You heard it too?
Yeah.
This shit is crazy, bro. Is he coming towards us? Again, where'd he go?
They're in the bush right there.
Alright, so should we go that way where people actually responded?
You wanna go this way? Yeah. Hey. Bro, what? I don't even...
Okay.
One of the team members looked behind and saw a group of men in robes or cloaks gathering near the ridge. Another spotted someone holding a long stick or bat. Then someone shouted from the trees. It wasn't friendly. The team ran. They knew they had to run for their lives.
Around in a circle. Two of them laughing for no reason. We start walking. We see one pop up behind a bush, just standing there straight staring at us. Then the group all in a circle starts looking at us while we walk by them. And then they start following us as we walk by them. So we all got our shit out right now. Nah, this ain't one of them ones, bro. This ain't one of them ones. I'll take a nigga off a cliff with me. I'm surviving, bro. That's all I know.
Bro, I'll tell you what. Ghosts are one thing. People.
You see the dude in black just standing there looking at us?
Yeah, that man just popped up out of the bush.
Bro, make sure you keep it. You hear that shit?
Why are they following us right now?
They're following us, bro. They're following us.
I know they're following us.
They're following us. Come on.
Through dirt paths and thick brush, one of them fell, cutting his leg. Another dropped his gear, but didn't stop. They heard heavy footsteps crashing through the bushes behind them. Whoever was chasing them was fast. The team had no weapons, no map, and they were running blind in the dark.
You heard that too?
Yeah.
They seen a group of bogeys, bro. Laughing, following us, staring at us. Bro, that dude in the black staring at us while we walk by is real life fucking creepy. We can't be turning around too long. Running into someone that fast up here was fucking crazy. And a bunch of fucking weirdos at that. No cap, bro, we might sprint out this bitch. Alright, there's a gate, bro. Let's get to that gate. At least we know whatever's behind us has to come behind us and not from the side. This shit dark, bro.
Wrong way.
What's up here?
Something over here.
Oh no, you're definitely not going in there.
Yeah, we are.
You heard it?
Walk over.
You heard
While
it?
we're doing it.
You heard a wolf though?
Yeah. You guys think they're still over there?
I don't know, bro.
At one point, they stopped to catch their breath, only to hear more laughing, closer this time. Someone tossed a rock at them from the trees. It hit the ground just a few feet away. They were being hunted, not by spirits, not by animals, by people.
I definitely heard that shit.
No, it's like over there somewhere.
You heard it too?
I swear it sounds like a tambourine.
Got my hand on my machete, bro. I'm ready. They probably know there's nothing up here. And now we're gonna be coming down. So they just like hit off.
Yeah.
There's something.
Scenario?
There's, yo, we ain't got no leverage right over here. There's something in these bushes, bro. Bro, you heard that shit? Sound like somebody breathing. Come on, come on.
Did you hear that?
The team believed it might have been a cult, or possibly a group tied to the KKK. Whoever it was didn't want them there. They finally found an old trail and followed it back down the mountain. Completely terrified, looking back every few seconds.
I'm not sticking around.
I feel like they surrounding us.
Get him. You just say get him?
Nigga, run!
Yeah, I'm not sticking around.
They made it to the bottom and didn't stop running until they reached their car. That night changed everything for them.
Well, it's been a very eventful night, guys. We got to hear and see a few things.
Tonight was an event, but it's nothing compared to what we're about to do.
They came looking for ghosts, but they found something much worse. With that being said, let's move on to our next most disturbing backpacking encounters ever caught on camera. On December 13th, 2018, a man explored an abandoned property in the middle of nowhere. The air was cold, 23 degrees. There was no cell service, just silence and trees all around.
It's cracking, everyone. Yeah. So we have a lot to look at on this property. You got a outhouse right there for all you guys like outhouses. And then you got like their silos over there. So now the good mission. There's a lot abandoned out here. So we're gonna take as much time as needed to go through things and check it out. Get a abandoned RV, which if they give it to us for free, even if it's broken down, comment down below if you would help me fix it up so I could travel, you guys. All right. Looks like there was a building right
The land was filled with strange, broken things, old sheds, an RV that leaned sideways, and a semi-truck with no cab. Nearby, chairs were placed oddly, as if someone had been climbing into the trailer, but no one was supposed to be there.
Do an overnight challenge here, you guys. What the hell? You can't even get up there, and I'm short. You can tell. There's a bed in here. Hello? I have to bring a step ladder. But that's why those chairs are right there to get inside. I'll have to go in there. The semi-truck is still here. What the hell? Who does that? Who grabs this, parks in the middle of nowhere? Like, we're literally in the middle of nowhere. We have no cell phone service at all out here. You had an RV, and then you got the semi-truck. Usually they drop them off without the semi. That worries me, you guys.
As soon as he decided to leave the property after examining it, a door slammed behind him. It was sudden and loud. He froze. He remembered how far they were from help. If anything happened, no one would know.
So good. And a little awful, that's an old fridge, yo. A lot of awful stuff is here, and I want to know why it's here. Like, there's a shower and a bathroom area. I want to know why this stuff is not being rebuilt. Comment down below what you guys... What was that? What you guys think. And yeah, this place is huge. It's massive. It's one of the biggest ones we've been into for a long time, except for the clown house. And what the fuck was that? Something literally kicked the door. Can you guys hit the door again?
He looked inside the RV and the house. Everything was still there. Furniture, toys, clothes, even items in the bathroom. Nothing had been touched. It looked like the people inside had just vanished. He saw a dead bird on the floor. The air inside was thick. His body felt heavy. His head felt strange. He started feeling dizzy, as if the place was pushing him out.
That was weird, you guys. I would like literally kick the door like it was pissed the hell off. I don't even remember what I was saying. I'm so scared right now. That literally sounded like it hit the door. But yeah, we've only been to a couple big houses, the cult house, the clown house. Yo, that literally scared the crap out of me. I'm not even joking with you. Okay, so
Something was wrong with this place. It wasn't just abandoned. It felt like something was still inside, watching. There were some unknown whispers around RV as well. Listen to them again.
What the hell? You can't even get up there, and I'm short. You can tell. There's a bed in here. Hello? I have to bring a step ladder. But that's why those chairs are right there to get inside. I'll have to go in there. The semi-truck is still here. What the hell? Who does that? Who grabs this, parks in the middle of nowhere? Like, we're literally in the middle of nowhere. We have no cell phone service at all out here. You had an RV, and then you got the semi-truck. Usually they drop them off without the semi. That worries me, you guys. That can mean a couple of things that could have been stolen. Like the windshield is broke.
It didn't want him there, and it made that very clear. This wasn't just a broken home. It was a place that held on to something angry, something that didn't want to be found. And for our last encounter, we have footage that shook everyone who watched it. On April 17, 2020, he was walking near a quiet lake with his dog. The place was calm. The water didn't move. The sky was clear. But something felt off. His dog suddenly froze. Its ears stood up. Then it backed away, staring at something across the water. The dog wouldn't stop shaking. It had seen something it didn't like. He looked across the lake. At first, he saw nothing, just still water and trees. But then he noticed something strange. It was white and shapeless near the edge of the water. It wasn't moving like a person. It didn't even seem real. He zoomed in with his camera. That's when he saw it clearly. A white figure standing on the water. Not in it. Not walking. Just floating. It had no face. No legs. Just a shape. A cold shape that didn't belong there. It was the strangest apparition he had ever seen. When he looked back up from his camera, it was gone. No sound, no splash, just empty space. His dog refused to move forward after that. It whimpered and pulled back toward home. He never returned to that lake. From strange lights in the sky to footsteps in haunted woods, these backpackers faced horrors they never expected. Each story is a reminder that nature can hide more than just animals. It can hide nightmares. For more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video. Comment below which case you find the most horrifying. Don't forget to press the bell icon for future notifications.